gun in her mouth and blew her brains out.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Right.
This is how they work. They close. Well, we don't have to let nobody know that she fell down the steps, right?
Right. That's right.
And so when you stop and think about where this is going and the power we have.
Right. That's right. Yes, sir.
Now, those of you all that's listening to this, don't wait for no farmer. Get on the phone now and call. Just explain to your children.
That's right. That's right.
That there'll be no Christmas this year. We're going to teach them a lesson.
That's right.
That they'll never forget.
Yes, that's right.
That they will never, ever forget.
That's right.
And so, consequently, they will put that legislation through so fast.
Yes.
Okay? Not because of us.
Right.
Because the folks who's going to be affected by it will tell them, now, y'all don't want to get hurt. See, there's too many black folks for us to hurt. It's just a handful of y'all to give them what they want.
That's right.
Now, finally, before we move from that,
yes,
I saw so much pain. I saw my wife in jail.
That's right.
For a week.
Yes.
She was 9 months pregnant.
That's right.
Okay? I watched the women.
Yes.
In this movement, man.
That's right.
And I watched the suffering and pain they went through.
Yes.
And not worrying about will a cop,
right,
kill my son. They worrying about will a cop kill my daughter. Anything black look like a potential movement to them.
Right. That's right.
There is no way. I mean, you walk down the street and tell black folks, but in the movie, they can't.
Right.
Just like you can't tell a redneck. Do you know how many folks out there you label as a redneck, man, got to work harder to get you some rights?
Yes, sir.
Now,
Right.
wait a minute, it ain't that many.
Right.
But you can't look at them white boys with them old Lum and Ab and the brogues on.
Right.
That old plaid shirt.
Yeah.
And work, man. Why?
Right.
Because they born with 300 years of white privilege. Going to Harvard don't give them that.
That's right.
And so, and so consequently, my heart is heavy.
Yes.
But I feel good, even if it never happened, is knowing we have a plan.
That's right. It's a
we
must.
have a plan. And when I look at voting,
Yes.
when the black folk came out to vote for Obama,
Right.
then I'd say, well, they're not voting. This is a penitentiary, and next Tuesday, we all get to pull the switch in the electric chair.
That's right.
And that switch was pulled.
Yes.
and Zach Frankenstein, when he was laying on that bed, dead, the man tried to pull that switch and all that juice hit, and all of a sudden he got up off the table.
That's right.
Well, that's what happened.
Yes.
White boy got up off the table, and he don't look like no ordinary white boy. He look like Frankenstein.
That's right. Yes, sir.
And so consequently, we have that power.
That's right. And we have to
do that. We don't have to debate. Ain't no debate.
No, it's nothing
we're
to
going
debate.
to do this, and we're going to do this, and we're going to argue. No, just stop.
That's right.
And it's over.
Yes, sir.
And for you black folks to go to bed, and you decent white folks to know that you have the answer to the problem.
That's right.
I don't know if you use it or not. I don't know if you feel more about giving your child a damn toy. That batteries will be dead before Christmas run out.
That's right.
That's where you put your priorities, and you are in serious, serious trouble because this is just the first step.
That's right. Yes, sir. Yeah, clearly.
So that's where I am today, and I've got another plan I'll tell you about when I see you.
Right. Let's talk about it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, let's talk about another court case that's going on right now, which is, of course, the George Zimmerman trial. But many are saying that this is the Trayvon Martin trial. And your thoughts and comments. I know some have talked about the young lady who was testifying the other day. I believe her name was Rachel Gentel. But she's one of several young ladies who have testified. But it seems as if only one that news media has focused on has been her. But she's one of several
they
young
know
ladies.
black folks will focus on her. They say
Right.
she can't talk.
Right.
She's uneducated.
Right.
She ain't yellow. Huh?
Yeah. but she looked like the girl from the movie Precious.
Yeah.
It looked like Hattie McDaniels or the girl that won the Oscar for the help.
Look in your home and see how many people
sisters we see in church
walking out your house look the same way.
That's right.
First, they didn't tell you she's Haitian.
Right.
She
That's
speaks two Englishes, Haitian
like a third language.
and Spanish
Yes, sir.
fluently.
Right.
Okay?
That's right.
So So she got caught up and nobody taught her. People come over here from France.
That's right.
China.
Yes.
They're not Chinese. Don't speak nothing but Chinese. Or how they go to court.
That's right.
And so consequently, they bring her in, and they say, them lawyers, that's a lawyer's job.
That's right.
A lawyer, once you pay me, I don't ask you, did you kill him or not?
That's right.
That football player they just arrested.
Yeah. Aaron Hernandez.
Court,
right.
Man, them lawyers going to go in there and embarrass all of the state's people that sum up. That's what that's about.
That's right. Yes,
and
sir.
So I would have took advantage of her too.
Right.
If I was a lawyer.
Right. Yes, sir.
And so anyway, here's the things that we have to ask.
Yes, about Trayvon Martin before you even get to trial. But on that case, yes, sir.
Everybody said, well, they should have prepped her. Well, how you know they're not working together?
That's right. Prosecution.
But what the president haven't found out, a white Republican, many of them, and a white Democrat got more in common than they have with a black president.
That's right.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Harry Reid could have knocked out the filibuster.
Right.
He didn't.
That's right.
And we forgot that last year Harry Reid held a press conference and held up 10 years worth of Romney's tax filing and said he ain't paid a nickel.
That's right.
How come they ain't brought him in?
That's right.
How come they ain't asked him where did he get that information?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
And so white supremacy
That's
is,
right.
And so consequently, the thing I want to ask before I even get to the trial.
Right.
He went to 7-Eleven.
Yes.
He bought Skittles. I never heard of Skittles, huh?
Yes, sir.
No, I can't forget them.
Can't forget them. And Arizona iced tea.
Arizona iced tea.
Etched in our minds.
No.
Yes, sir.
Now, how do I know more about that than I know about the homicide?
That's right.
But the good thing is, you also told me he got it at 7-Eleven. You can't go into 7-Eleven.
That's right.
Grandma, my Christian grandma, great-grandma, they can't go in 7-Eleven without getting filmed, coming in and going out.
Got cameras everywhere.
How come we haven't seen pictures of him going there
That's right.
and walking out?
That's right. That's
now,
right.
I said this to you before. If you live in a gated community is you got extra protection.
That's a gated white community.
Yeah.
Ain't a gated black community, a gated white community.
Yeah. So you go in, and I'm your guest for a week. Every time I drive in or go out, not just me, everybody live there. You go out and come in.
That's right.
They got a view on the camera.
That's right.
I mean, a big crime happened, and you hear the New York police say, we scanning the film.
Right.
Because he walked anywhere on Fifth Avenue. Or we got him.
That's right.
Okay? So, yeah, somebody. And so how come we haven't seen the pictures
Right.
of him leaving the gated community
Right.
and coming back?
That's right.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
How? We haven't seen the struggle out there in the courtyard.
Right.
Them panties, you know, with the Boston bombers,
They had cameras.
the cameras was Lloyd and Taylor. They was across the street on a building.
That's right.
That wasn't even theirs.
That's right.
Huh?
That's right. Yeah.
So and so consequently, now they say he was killed 100
Feet.
yards.
100 yards, 100 feet from
100 feet
the
from
gated.
where Dad lived.
Right. Yes.
Okay? Now wait a minute. His father and mother,
Yes.
who didn't live there,
Right.
his mother lived in Miami. They was separated or divorced.
Right.
Was calling the Sanford police every hour on the hour because they had him with missing persons.
That's right.
Now, in a predominantly white town, how many 17-year-old black boys you got in the morgue?
Right.
Now, you can't get to the morgue without the police.
You check the missing persons report. And the witnesses, of course, and the young lady said that she was talking to Trayvon on the phone, so that meant the phone was still operable. so when you get the phone and trace the numbers and call the numbers, if you're the police that arrived there on the scene, who they said gave him mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, we're going to talk about that in a moment as well, but please continue.
Well, first, I'd like to ask the cop, his background. When you put your mouth on a Negro's lips,
right. Yes, sir.
You put on gloves just to search me.
Right, that's right.
Now, mouth to mouth.
Right.
We was investigating not James O. Ray, but
Lee Harvey Oswald.
Lee Harvey Oswald.
Yes, sir.
He shot coming out the police station, handcuffed the two detectives.
That's right.
So you look at the autopsy. I used to do that when I was a child. I used to ask my mother, I said, Mom, what did Jesus Christ die from? A broken heart. Oh, man. I would get messed up the rest of my life asking my mother questions.
Yes, sir.
Jesus died from a broken... No, Mom. What did he physically do? So I got up some sides and started doing research, and I found out if I hang you up by your hands and your feet,
that's right,
then all your weight is on your arms, and in 3 days the diaphragm sinks.
That's right.
Died from suffocation.
Yes, sir.
Suffocation.
That's right.
Is the official thing that killed him.
Right.
Suffocation.
That's right.
And so now I look at Lee Harvey Oswald.
Right. Shot to the chest.
Shot in the chest. He died from air bubbles in the lungs.
Air bubbles, right. That's right.
Air bubbles. You do not do mouth-to-mouth on a chest wound.
Right. Saw that with Malcolm.
Malcolm gets shot.
Yes, sir.
We get hold of his autopsy, and which was strange because the government owned him, but that wasn't a federal crime.
That's right.
I can kill somebody I don't like.
Yes, sir.
State takes it.
That's
Malcolm died, air bubbles to the lung.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Trayvon was shot in the chest, air bubbles to the lungs. So did that cop?
Right. Hasten.
Was he a plan?
Yeah. Question was, that would hasten his death. That wouldn't revive him.
Yeah, it put air bubbles in the lungs.
Right. That's right.
So maybe this thing is bigger than we think it is. Because you're looking at them white folks that have been testifying yesterday and the day before. They testimony didn't change from what they told the cops the first day.
You know, they started questioning the father, talking about the father like the father was a suspect. He cussed you out, point him out. He said he's in the courtroom, sitting right over there. So, but we got to ask who is, as I've heard you say, as we saw with the Rodney King verdict, as we saw with the O.J. Simpson trial, or both of those trials. And who's footing the bill for these trials? And we have to ask those questions from both sides. So please continue on that, because I think that's a key question to ask.
And so when you stop and think about, what we're looking at now is the horrible part.
Yes.
I showed you the evidence.
Right.
That when Rodney King's people
yes, sir,
turned not guilty.
Right.
Riots started.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Some of it was riots, but please continue, because some of the buildings and where properties were burned, they were planning to bring subway system through that, and was trying to figure out how do we get these people up out of here. Yeah. Right. But please continue talking about the riots.
So here's what they do. They arrested 18,213.
Right.
They can't account for 10,000 of those Negroes.
Right. That was in the International New York Times.
New York Times.
Right. On May, I think it was May the 1st.
They put them on trains.
Right.
And took them out of there. Took them to Coos Bay, Oregon. To Coast Guard.
Right.
Hospital, where they took their organs.
Yes, sir.
Now, you multiply 10,000 times 5,000. What those organs sell for.
Yes, sir.
All up.
I don't know if you saw the article that came out just the other day talking about I think it was Ecuador and Israel being tied to harvesting of organs, and of course all of the missing people in Mexico recently, even perhaps the grandson of Malcolm X. I don't know if you saw that, but next time we link up, I'll share that information with you. But they went in and started arresting doctors on the spot in Ecuador. They were taking the body parts and sending them back to Israel.
Wait a minute. It's tied to Israel, and they end up, the ones that's doing it is Sweden.
And Sweden, and it came out, I believe, one of the other countries may have been South Africa. I have to read the article in its entirety, but that was one of the other.
Yeah, but then they come back to where? After they wash them and clean them up, they come back to John Hopkins.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
They come back to Don Gonzilla.
Yes, sir. The boss of Mall. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and so consequently, what we're looking at is something massive. And there's certain things that I can't figure out.
Yes.
why did that body lay